going to discuss a very interesting theory called as molecular orbital theory. Friends, you might have been studied in previous classes that a very famous theory of chemical bonding called as valence bond theory, that is VBT. Now this VBT suffers from limitations. The first limitation is that it fails to explain the paramagnetic nature of oxygen. Now experimentally it was found that the oxygen is a paramagnetic molecule and it is considered as a diradical. That means it has two unpaired electrons. Next limitation is that the valence bond theory fails to explain a coordinate bond. We know that the coordinate bond is nothing but a special type of covalent bond which is formed due to sharing of a pair of electrons by one partner to other. This theory does not account the formation of molecule where their central atom either have incomplete octet, for example BeCl2BF3, or expanded octet. The example can be a PCl5, that is phosphorus pentachloride, SF6, are not explained by this theory. This theory does not explain even the odd electron molecule like H2 plus, what is called odd electron ion, nitric oxide NO, that is also a odd electron molecule. H2 plus have one electron bond, whereas in nitric oxide there are 3 electron bonds. Now in light of these limitations, or in order to overcome these limitations while explaining the chemical bonding, Humes and Mulliken in 1932 have proposed alternate theory of chemical bonding, which is most accepted now, called as molecular orbital theory. Now dear friends, this molecular orbital theory have some assumptions. Let me take it very quickly. When the combining atoms interacted together, the atomic orbital of each atom combine together and to form a new molecular orbital. Now actually the atomic orbitals generally retain their identity, but the molecular orbital once formed, the atomic orbital, respective atomic orbital lose their identity, because here the molecular orbital is represent molecule as a whole. That means here this orbital gets delocalized over the molecule. That is why it is known as molecular orbital. The molecular orbital is a polycentric, whereas atomic orbital is monocentric, because in case of atomic orbital, an electron is associated with only one other nucleus. But here the molecular orbital is associated with more than one nucleus or more than two nucleus. So it is called polycentric molecular orbital. Now the molecular orbital is constructed, okay, on the basis of LCAO approximation. Now let's see what is LCAO approximation. That is called linear combination of orbital. It is called LCAO approximation. Now here, whenever we consider the electron, that means the behavior of electron can be studied, we know, with the help of Schrodinger wave equation. Now in case of multi-electronic system, the exact solution we should not get with the help of the Schrodinger wave equation, and that is why approximation taken, and that approximation is LCAO approximation, that is linear combination of atomic orbital. Now here the molecular orbital is constructed either by addition of the wave function of atomic orbitals or by subtraction. Now here two different molecular orbitals are formed, one by addition of wave functions and another by subtraction of wave function. The method is known as linear combination of atomic orbital. Let us consider, suppose there is an atom A. Atom A have an atomic orbital. Similarly, atom B have another atomic orbital, and these atomic orbitals are combined to produce a molecular orbital. Now here the orbital of A have a wave function psi A, and orbital of B have wave function psi B. Then a molecular orbital, the wave function of molecular orbital psi can be given as psi A plus psi B. Second molecular orbital is formed by subtraction, whose wave function can be given by psi star, that is psi A minus psi B. Now you see, the molecular orbital which is formed by addition of the wave function is known as bonding molecular orbital, and the molecular orbital which is formed by subtraction, it is known as anti-bonding molecular orbital. Now why bonding? Because the molecular orbital formed by addition support to the chemical bonding. That is why it is known as bonding molecular orbital, and the molecular orbital which is formed by subtraction of wave function of A and B, that is psi A and psi B, opposes to the bonding. So it is called anti-bonding molecular orbital. Now this method, it is very simple, that is addition and subtraction. Here the molecular orbital, bonding molecular orbital is formed by addition combination, and anti-bonding molecular orbital is formed by subtracting the wave function of, that is atomic orbital A and atomic orbital B. Now dear friends, let's write these two equations, that is again psi A, psi B is equal to psi A plus psi B, equation number 1, psi star, that is anti-bonding molecular orbital, that is psi A minus psi B. Now it is simply the wave functions, okay. Now when we take the square of the wave functions, we know that it gives you the probability of finding electron in three-dimensional space. So here, now let us squaring the equation number 1 to both sides. Now once you square, what you get? Psi B square is equal to psi A square plus psi B square plus 2 psi A and psi B. Now let us plot these psi B square or psi B square as a function of internuclear distance. What is called, whatever the curve that we obtain, that is called probability distribution curve for the electron or for the molecular orbitals. Now let's see. Here on the y-axis, we take electron charge density. Now when we consider the isolated atom, for example, suppose atom A, and when only psi A square is plotted against the distance from the nucleus, what we get? We get a curve like this. Now as you see here in an isolated atom, as you approach toward the nucleus, the probability of finding electron go on increasing. It maximum at the nucleus, and when you go away from the nucleus again, the electron density further decrease. Now this is the situation for the isolated atom. Similar is the case with the isolated atom B, where there is no interaction. Suppose here B, now you can have the electron density curve. So here this curve is obtained by plotting psi A square. This curve is obtained by plotting psi B square against the distance. Now when these two atoms are come closer at the appropriate internuclear distance, at this distance the two atomic orbitals of A and B combines together and new molecular orbital is formed by which method? That is LCAO method. When we plot psi B square, what you get? Now the plot of psi B square you get like this. Now the area under the curve gives you the electron density. This is the electron density around isolated A. This will be the electron density on isolated B. Now when the two wave functions of atomic orbital A and atomic orbital B are added, squared, and when the probability is plotted, you will see that in between the two nuclei there is an increase in electron density. Okay, now you see this electron density is increased by a factor 2 psi A psi B. Now if you see this equation shows that psi A square plus psi B square, okay, is less than psi B square by a factor 2 psi A psi B. Now this here, when in case of molecular orbital which is formed by addition of wave function, that is the bonding molecular orbital, in case of bonding molecular orbital, the electron density is increased in between the nuclei of A and B. Now this increase in the electron density hold the two nuclei together. So this molecular orbital or bonding molecular orbital support to the chemical bonding. Now let us consider equation number 2. Now, so what you get? Psi star square is equal to psi k square plus psi b square minus 2 psi k psi b. Well, let us see again the probability distribution curve. So on y-axis there is a electron charge density. Suppose there is isolated atom A, the dotted lines indicate the individual individual probability of finding electrons when the atom A is isolated. Similarly, we have isolated atom B. It has the electron density. You know that this dotted electron density shown by dotted line, or the probability of finding electron is shown by dotted line for individual atoms, that is before combination. Now, when they combine and form the molecular orbital by using this equation, now here if you see the psi star square is less than psi a square plus psi b square by factor 2 psi a psi b. And you see this equation. Now here the square of the wave function of anti-bonding molecular orbital, okay, it is less than the sum of the square of the wave functions of atom A, atomic orbital A and atomic orbital B. What does it indicate? When the anti-bonding molecular orbital is formed, the electron density in between the nuclei get reduced. Not reduced, it becomes 0. Now here the electron density, if you plot, now this is the plot of psi a square, this is plot of psi b square. But when you take a plot of psi star, you will get like this. The curve is like this. Now here overall the electron density is decreased. Now here you see that the electron density in anti-bonding orbital decrease and it gets decreased by which factor? 2 psi a psi b factor, which was increasing what? Bonding molecular orbital. Now here it is decreased. So a point where there is a no electron density called as a node. You know that. Now there is a nodal point and here. So since there is no electron density present, that means here the electron density is concentrated or it moves away from the center of the internuclear axis. So this molecular orbital opposes the bonding. It do not support to the bonding, and that is why it is called anti-bonding molecular orbital. So the curve indicates the probability of finding electron in anti-bonding molecular orbital. Is it clear? Now, the electron density in case of the bonding molecular orbital, you know, it is increased in between the nuclei of two combining atoms, and it holds or it attracts the nucleus of combining atom, forming a chemical bond. Now since there is attraction, the energy of molecular orbital, bonding molecular orbital should decrease than the atomic orbital. That means here the energy of bonding molecular orbital is always lesser than the energy of atomic orbital which are involved in the bond formation. Now, In case of anti-bonding molecular orbital, since the electron density is much more concentrated over the nuclei of combining atom, it is get reduced in between the nuclei. So here it has a repulsive interaction rather than attraction, and that is why, because of that repulsion, the energy of anti-bonding molecular orbital is always greater than the energy of atomic orbital involved in the amorphous formation. Do you got my point? So let us draw the formation of molecular orbital. Let's see the formation of molecular orbital here. Suppose I draw two parallel lines. Now this is called a molecular orbital diagram. So this axis is called energy axis. Now since here, consider here in the formation of molecular orbital, let us consider that these two, the that is atomic orbital A and atomic orbital B, or atomic orbital of A atom and atomic orbital of B atom have same energy. So let me draw this same energy. So it is indeed, its wave function is psi A, and here it is psi B. Now these atomic orbitals combine together by which method again? By linear combination of atomic orbital and form molecular orbital. We know that the number of atomic orbital combines will be equal to number of molecular orbital formed. Now since here there are two atomic orbitals are combined to form the molecular orbital, so we have two molecular orbital. One is bonding, another is anti-bonding. Now suppose this dotted line indicates the energy of both atomic orbitals. Now due to the combination, due to the addition combination, bonding molecular orbital is produced, indicated by wave function psi b, and anti-bonding molecular orbital is formed. That is called psi star. You see, the energy of bonding molecular orbital is less than the energy of atomic orbitals. Here, the energy of anti-bonding molecular orbital is more or greater than the atomic orbitals. Okay. Now here, this molecular orbital is formed by, bonding molecular orbital is formed by addition of wave function psi A and psi B, and this molecular orbital is called anti-bonding molecular orbital is called psi, it is formed by psi A minus psi B. So here, when two atomic orbital combines, we get two molecular orbital which is formed by linear combination of atomic orbital. One is formed by addition of wave functions, another is formed by subtraction of wave function. The molecular orbital which is formed by addition called again bonding molecular orbital, it support to the bonding, and the molecular orbital which is formed by subtraction, since it opposes to the bonding, it is known as anti-bonding molecular orbital. So it is bonding molecular orbital called as bonding MO, and it is called anti-bonding MO. Do you got my point?